What if your glow up has nothing to do with genetics and everything to do with the last 365 days? In this video, we are going to look at how accumulative biology quietly reshapes your face, posture, and energy over time. We will unpack the overlooked habits that slowly dull skin, soften muscle tone, blur jaw lines, and drain confidence. Then we will reverse them. From circadian rhythm alignment and protein distribution to stress regulation and resistance training, you will see how small corrections produce visible change. This is a practical, evidence-based breakdown of how the human body adapts to repeated input. When the inputs improve, appearance follows. The glow-up is not magic, it is biology responding correctly. There is a quiet truth about physical transformation that rarely trends in line because it does not feel dramatic enough to sell. It does not rely on extreme before and after photos, cosmetic procedures, or overnight hacks. It is slower than that, simpler than that, yet far more powerful. The way a person looks at 35, 40, or 50 is not primarily the results of luck or genetics playing out in isolation. It is the visible records of thousands of small daily decisions, repeated long enough to leave a mark. Appearance is not random. It is cumulative biology responding to repeated signals. Attractiveness, vitality, and structural presence are not mysterious forces handed out unevenly at birth. These are biological outputs shaped by behavior. Skin clarity reflects inflammation levels. Posture reflects muscular balance. Body composition reflects hormonal signaling and energy balance. Even resting facial expressions reflect stress patterns and emotional conditioning. The body adapts to what it experiences consistently. When daily inputs are chaotic, appearance reflects that chaos. When daily inputs align with human biology, appearance reflects strength, clarity, and resilience. Hydration is another quiet factor that reshapes appearance over time. Many people wait until they feel thirsty, yet mild dehydration often sets in before the signals activate. Skin elasticity and barrier integrity depend on adequate fluid balance. Chronic underhydration can make the skin appear flatter, less resilient, and slightly creased. Lips lose fullness. Eyes appear less vibrant. Hydration is not just about water intake. Mineral balance plays a role. Diets heavy in ultra-processed foods often disrupt sodium and potassium ratios, contributing to puffiness in certain areas and dryness in others. Balanced food intake combined with mineral-rich whole foods gradually restores skin suppleness and facial freshness. The change is subtle at first, then cumulative. Muscle mass is another structural pillar of appearance that quietly declines without resistance training. After the age of 30, muscle loss accelerates through sarcopenia if not actively challenged. Without mechanical load, shoulders round forward, glutes fatten, arms soften, and posture collapses. Muscle is not just aesthetic, it is metabolic and hormonal tissue. Resistance training stimulates muscle protein synthesis, improves bone density, and supports growth hormone and testosterone production in men and women. With consistent training 2 to 4 times per week, posture begins to lift, proportions rebalance, and the silhouette regains firmness. Breathing improves as the rib cage aligns. Confidence subtly shows structure. Strength training is not vanity, it is biological maintenance. Nutrition compounds appearance, either positively or negatively over years. High consumption of ultra-processed foods introduces excessive refined sugars and unhealthy fats that promote systematic inflammation. Glycation, a process where sugar molecules bind to collagen and elastin, stiffens the structure of proteins and accelerates visible skin aging. Frequent insulin spikes may also contribute to acne through hormonal pathways. In contrast, whole foods rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids reduce oxidative stress and calm inflammation. Sun exposure represents a long-term variable that quietly separates skin aging trajectories. Ultraviolet radiation breaks down collagen fibers and accelerates pigmentation changes, while moderate sunlight supports vitamin D production and circadian rhythm regulation. Cumulative unprotected exposure leads to wrinkles, uneven tone, and reduced elasticity. Daily broad-spectrum sun protection significantly slows photoaging. Over decades, this single habit creates visible divergence between individuals of similar age. Protection is not about avoiding sunlight entirely, it is about managing exposure wisely. Presentation habits also influence perception. Grooming and clothing fit frame the body structure. Research in first impressions consistently shows that grooming quality and proportional clothing significantly affect perceived attractiveness and competence. Well-fitted clothing enhances natural lines rather than distorting them. Clean grooming sharpens facial definition. Colors that complement skin tone amplify vibrancy. These adjustments do not change biology, but they amplify its strengths. The central insight behind all of this is that transformation is rarely about buying products or chasing dramatic interventions. It's about correction, realignment with biology, removing habits that quietly erode vitality and reinforcing habits that strengthen it. The body is adaptive, it listens constantly. Every late night, every skipped workout, every processed meal sends a signal, but so does every balanced meal. Every deep breath, every consistent bedtime signals compound. Muscle either strengthens or fades. Skin either repairs or inflames. Posture either aligns or collapses. Energy either stabilizes or declines. If part 1 establishes that appearance is cumulative biology responding to repeated signals, then part 2 goes deeper into what that really means in practical terms. Because understanding the theory is one thing, living it consistently is another. The body does not respond to motivation, it responds to repetition, and repetition is shaped by environment, identity, and awareness. Breathing patterns also shape appearance more than most realize. Chronic mouth breathing, shallow chest breathing, and stress-driven breath holding. Breathing improves as the rib cage aligns. Confidence. Alcohol consumption is another habit that quietly erodes vitality when frequent. Alcohol dehydrates tissues, disrupts sleep cycles, and increases systematic inflammation. Even moderate evening drinking fragments REM sleep and elevates resting heart rate overnight. The next day often brings subtle puffiness, dull skin tone, and reduced energy. Chronically, alcohol can impair liver function, which plays a role in detoxification and skin clarity. Reducing frequency and prioritizing alcohol-free days allows the body to recover fully. Many people notice clearer skin and improved facial definition within weeks of moderation. Movement outside of structured workouts also matters. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, often referred to as daily incidental movement, influences metabolic health and body composition. Long hours of sitting slow circulation and reduce calorie expenditure. Even if someone trains 3 times a week, remaining sedentary the rest of the time counteracts benefits. Regular walking, standing breaks, and general mobility keeps circulation active and supports nutrients delivery to tissues. Improved circulation contributes to skin brightness and overall energy. Micronutrients also influence appearance. Iron deficiency can contribute to pale skin and fatigue. Zinc plays a role in skin repair and immune function. Vitamin C supports collagen synthesis. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and support skin barrier function. Deficiencies do not always present dramatically, but they gradually diminish vitality. A varied diet rich in whole foods generally supplies these nutrients, but awareness matters. Identity plays a critical role in habit consistency. When someone views themselves as a person who values strength, recovery, and clarity, behaviors align with that identity. Research in behavioral psychology shows that identity-based habits are more sustainable than outcome-based goals. Instead of chasing a specific aesthetic outcome, aligning with the identity of someone who trains, sleeps well, and eats whole foods increases adherence. The body follows identity-driven repetition. Finally, a life without progressive challenge often drains embodied confidence. Sedentary comfort reduces energy and dulls ambition.